Based off their Metacritic score from their last 3 games, what are the best gaming studios? And this person from Reddit, Baisun, has done the data and he has put it in a beautiful graph. So we're going to go through that right now. Coming in at number 15, chat, with Dragon's Dogma 2 at 87, Resident Evil 4 Remake at 92, and Resident Evil Village at 84. Holy crap, those are the last 3? There was nothing in 2022? It says Capcom Div 1. I don't know what Div 1 stands for, but who's the next one, chat? Coming in at number 14, Insomniac. Honestly, I'm a little shocked that this is just 14. Capcom being 15 and Insomniac being 14 is actually mind-blowing because I would say these two are the carries. Would you guys not say? For the past like 5 years, I feel like Insomniac has been carrying. We got Spider-Man 2 with a 90, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart with an 88, and then of course Miles Morales with an 85? I loved Miles Morales a lot. I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised Ratchet and Clank isn't higher. I thought the story was so-so. Did you guys play any of these games? Because I gotta say, like, I freaking loved it. Coming in at number 13, Retro Studios with Metroid Prime Remastered. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. Everyone says this is good. I tried it. It just never clicked. And Donkey Kong... Oh, wow. That is an insane spread. 2023, 2014, and 2010. They must be like a helper studio on the side because that's an insane spread. Did you guys play these games? I played Tropical Freeze and Returns. They didn't like call to me. I do want to play Metroid Prime. I only played it for like 2 seconds back in the GameCube days, and I never got to play all of them. I always wanted to. Never did. Kind of want to play it on the Wii, to be honest. I feel like with the pointer, it'd be really good. Well, isn't like Metroid Prime 3, wasn't that made for the Wii? Number 12, greatest studios of all time. Wow, chat. We have Arcane Leon. Arcane Leon with Deathloop, which I did play and I did like. I did not continue playing it because I find like you guys let me know in the chat, but I find Arcane Leon, like the controls feel like they should just be PC games. Like on controller, I never find it feels good. It feels clunky. The movement feels good, but the camera always feels bad. I don't know how to describe it. The movement, like the way your character moves, like feels, I would even say phenomenal. But the camera control, it just feels clunky and weird. Like I feel like if you played it on PC, it would be goated. And I always play them on console for whatever reason. So Arcane Leon coming in at number 12, which is insane. Coming in at number 11, chat. Greatest studio of all time. Oh yeah. Actually surprised they're so low. CD Projekt Red. Ay, ay, ay. So obviously the Cyberpunk stuff is going to be a little bit skewed because when the game originally launched, I guess it's not counting the expansion. With the expansion, I feel like this would be much higher, no? I feel like it would have to be much higher. Because like the expansion, from my understanding, absolutely slapped. I bought it. I want to play it on stream. Obviously we haven't figured that out yet, but I would love to play that on stream with you guys. Because I have not played a single second of it. I have not looked at anything. I just heard it's amazing. Obviously they have Cyberpunk, The Witcher 3, and The Witcher 2. So like, man, not counting expansions, they're spread also. Like we're talking like every 3 to 5 years. Which technically it looks like we're due, right? 2020, we should have something new. I know they're working on Witcher 4, but man, that's crazy. You guys are saying your favorite Midnight Club PS2 game? Well, some of the Midnight Clubs are PS2 games. Some of them are PS2 and Xbox games. But Midnight Club LA is a 360 and PS3 game. Very, very underrated. Very fantastic. And if you like the history of video games, it's just insane to see how much of GTA 5 came from Midnight Club LA. It's just phenomenal, actually. Chat, the number 10 most highest scored game developer is... I did not know that was Nintendo's team name. This has got to be some of them, because obviously we have Retro. So we have Nintendo at EPD10. They got to work on that name, chat. Is that how you pronounce it? EPD10. Nintendo? You got to work on that, okay? Now, you don't have to work on your games, because they come out 2023 with 2 games. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, Pikmin 4, and then 2019 they got Super Mario Maker 2. Ay, ay, ay. Those are some heavy hitters. I actually really, really want to play Pikmin 4. I cannot tell you why, chat, but I'm so craving Pikmin 4. I cannot tell you why, but I'm craving it. A Shaw some chat GPT meme. Oh, that is true. That is facts. It does sound like something Chad. Could you just give like our team name and some name, whatever? It's like EPD10. Yeah, like sure, why not? That's fantastic. Did you guys play any of these games already? These games are stacked. Stacked. I really enjoyed my time with Super Mario Bros. Wonder. I gotta play that. I just gotta play more, chat. I want to get some way to put the Switch on stream. That would be cool. I would like to do that. There's a couple Switch games I'd like to stream with you guys. That'd be fantastic. And if you have some suggestions for games you guys want me to stream to see my reaction and we can enjoy it together, you let me know in the chat. You know I'm reading them, baby. AI actually says Super Mario is one of my fave characters in games of all time. I loved every Mario game. Yeah, I looked into playing every Mario game. Turns out they made a lot. Like, it would take me hours to get that. Maybe someday, but that one we're going to hold off for a bit. But I also love it, dude. 3D Mario's huge fan of. Coming in at number 9, chat. Oh, there it is. Who called it? Who was it who called it? Oh my God. AIXC with the call. Sony Santa Monica coming in at number 9. We have God of War Ragnarok. Then we have God of War. And before that, check this out. We have God of War Ascension, which I didn't play. Didn't this come out on PSP? Or no, it was just like the random PS3 game once everybody was like, we're kind of done with God of War. What a turnaround, right? To go from Ascension, which I feel like nobody wanted to play, to one of the greatest games of all time, and then they did it again. That is insane. What a story. That could be something when we play every God of War game. That could be interesting. Chat, is that interesting? Absolutely insane. Coming in at number 8, chat. Capcom Div 2. Again, Capcom and Nintendo got the Chat GPT names, as Hashaw said. They got the Chat GPT names. They got to really work on that. That's a problem. Div 1 and Div 2, honestly, it kind of feels like a little insulting. Yeah, go work on Div 1. You're Div 1 now. All right. I mean, I'd like to be called like the Cougars or something, but Div 1, I guess. Div 1, Div 2. Div 2 coming out with Street Fighter 6. Did not play it. I have such a hard time getting into fighting games. There's only like one fighting game I can ever get into, and that's every Dragon Ball 2D 2.5D fighter of all time. The original Budokai's 1, 2, 3, and Burst Limit, huge fan of that, and obviously Dragon Ball Fighters, huge fan of Dragon Ball Fighters. Got so into that. Anything Dragon Ball fighting, I'm in. That's not like the 3D flying. That never clicked for me. But these guys, yeah. So Street Fighter 6 never got into. I just get wrecked. Monster Hunter Rise. Honestly, I haven't played any of these. I hear great things. But yeah, I haven't played any of these. Coming in at number 7, though. Oh, yeah. It's our boys. Naughty, Dog. Naughty Dog coming in with Last of Us Part 2, Uncharted, Lost Legacy. You know what? Do you guys not find that weird that they count Lost Legacy, but they don't count Cyberpunk Phantom Pain or Phantom Liberty? Because isn't this kind of an expansion? I guess it's its own game. I guess. But yeah, this is Unshocked. I freaking loved Uncharted 4, and I really enjoyed Part 2. I really didn't like the spoilery part. Like, it was not fun. But then once you get over it, it gets really fun. It's cool. I liked it. There was a lot of hate for Last of Us Part 2. I had a great time. And honestly, just the amount of work and effort that Naughty Dog puts into their games, like, it's just remarkable. So I'm always a fan of that. Like, playing a game that's just like you'd never seen before. I've never seen anyone try this type of story, and I've never seen anyone try this, like, graphically. It's like this fully featured. And I thought they did a phenomenal job. Really curious to see where they go in the third one. You know there's going to be a third one. They got a TV show now. Coming to number 7, chat. Here it is. Oh, it's your boys, the saviors of gaming. We're talking about From Software. Oh, yeah. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Ooh, boy. Honestly, if that didn't come out, they'd probably be way higher, would they not? Because this one is lower rating than what they typically get. Elden Ring comes out 2021. We all played it. We all played Elden Ring, and we all had the same reaction. We went, my God, they cooked. They freaking cooked, and it shows. It was insane. And Sekiro, I will stand by this. Sekiro is a mean game. It's a mean game that goes out of its way to hurt your feelings. And don't tell me to get good, chat, because the game's mean. And I didn't even beat the first level. I beat what I thought was the first boss, and it was just like the first tutorial. And then I got to the first boss, and I was just like, yo, this game is scuffed. You know, when you can't beat the games, it's never your fault. It's always the games. Right, John Halo? When in doubt, always choose the slip space engine. Thank you, John. Camera guy killing it with the transitions today. Number 6, chat. Number 6. Playground games. Chat, can we just take a brief second? Can you tell me how you feel about playground games in the chat? Because I have to say, underrated, Hasha. They're pretty rated, Hasha. They're pretty rated. Hold on. I gotta move this, eh? Boom. You're getting a lot of A's from me today. The Canadian is slipping. I gotta be honest. Okay? We're about keeping it cute here. But I don't like the Horizon games. I think they're gorgeous. But I think the Horizon games are boring. And I feel like I'm taking crazy pills every time I play them. Because every time I play them, I'm like one of like 10,000 who says that. I get so insanely bored. Like everything just feels, I don't know how to explain it. It's a beautiful game that's engineered beautifully, that runs beautifully, but it just feels like it was built by a corporate company. That's what it feels like to me. It's just like the progression just feels like whatever. It's there. It's technically, like it's, everything's good on paper. But then when I play it, I just, Although if they did make a Forza Horizon in Tokyo, your boy's playing it. Your boy's playing it. But yeah, I don't know. It's just always felt boring. Like, I don't know. Never clicked. Am I crazy? I also have to be honest with the Playground stuff for the people who are hyped for Fable. Look, Playground's made some great stuff. Like, clearly, these are highly rated. Like, I'm the minority. That's fine. I'm not taking away from that. But people being hyped over that CG trailer, y'all need to just leave. You're not helping anyone when you're hyped for nothing. It's a CG trailer. We haven't seen gameplay. And from my understanding, that CG trailer was shown before the gameplay was even made. I'm hyped there is a Fable, and I'm hyped competent, great developers are working on it. But the CG trailer, I ain't hyped over no CG trailer. Gameplay is king. And I will say this from the top of the rooftops from my swanky under the bridge house. That's right. We live in a swamp area under a bridge. This is all just make-believe. This is all green screen. Samju Bogner. You know, Samju, you just... What you went and did, Samju, is you had a little box, and then you opened it, and you said, have a W, Goose. That's what you said, because you got W comments yourself, good sir. Yeah, I agree, because when Sony came out, okay, PlayStation, they had a, whatever their thing was called, their presentation. You know, they come out, they're like, you know, like all suited up, and these are the games... No, that's Microsoft, okay? I hate Microsoft's presentations. They're just so corporate-y, and I absolutely they despise them. Microsoft has no idea how to do a presentation, and I hate it. They show games like it's a conveyor belt of fast food, like we're just too stupid to understand what gameplay is and what is good, what isn't. It's just like, game. No. Sony has now copied them a little, which I hate. But originally, Sony would come out with like, here's 4 games. We're going to show you gameplay. That's it. They did that with Ghost of Tsushima. Go look at the announcement for Ghost of Tsushima. They just play it. It was like the 5th game in their presentation, and they just play it. And Ghost of Tsushima just hits. It hits, and then you're like, could it hit any more? And they're like, yes! Ghost of Tsushima. That's what they need to do. So I don't know what it is with Playground games. It never hit me. I didn't really get into it. I like the, YoBeat says in the chat, Gran Turismo over Forza. I like the look of Gran Turismo more. But the simulators, they're both, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the simulation games. Like Forza on its own, the Horizon games are like the arcadey ones. I'll tell you what's the greatest arcade racer of all time. It's Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, the one that Criterion made like 7 years ago or whatever. Greatest game of all time. Fantastic. I never perfect racing games. I perfected that game. Got every achievement, every gold, everything in every race. That's how I know it's a good game. If it can get my little raptor brain, my little brain to just like focus on something for that long. Yeah, but okay, so hold on. Hasha says they have Richard Ayoade. I can never say it, the last name properly. Love that guy's comedy. Love him too. But if the game's not fun, Goose doesn't care. Burnout Paradise. I actually really like Burnout Paradise, but I prefer Burnout 3. I don't like the open world games as much because I feel like they're not as like well crafted as like a specific race. And I found it was hard to navigate the races in Burnout Paradise versus something like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, which was open, but then they closed the tracks off. It basically was like a bunch of well-crafted tracks merged together into an open world, and then they felt beautiful. And Burnout 3 was just like, I mean, Burnout 3 is just freaking fantastic. X-Bacon Gaming says in the chat, it's a hype showcase, not a state of play. You can't tell me the developer directs aren't great. I actually think the developer directs are a better step in the right direction. So my problem is when they like send you like, here's the Xbox showcase, and it starts with no like intro. It's just like, here's the games, and it's just like they'll give you 100. Because what happens is you will never remember the second game. You'll never remember the 7th game. You'll never remember the 6th game. You'll never remember the 14th game. You're going to remember the big guys. So why even bother? You're just doing it from a PR perspective, and it's just like a waste on these indie developers who just want to be seen. Like, they're trying so hard. It'd be much better if you were like, here's 3 biggies and here's 2 little ones, which is exactly what the developer directs are, and I think those are fantastic, except Microsoft in their developer directs, and they'll get better. Compare the developer directs to Bungie's Vidocs. You'll see like one is vastly more entertaining. The developer directs talk about things no one cares about. And it's just, here's the thing. The developer directs, I understand, are for the developers to talk directly, but at the same time, people don't care about the same things developers care about. There's plenty of YouTube videos I would love to make. I would love to make an entire series on how Geometry Wars 2 is one of the greatest games of all time. I would love that. It would flop because no one cares. There's the fans who care, but like not the majority. So for instance, when I made that Human Fall Flat video, I loved that story. I love Human Fall Flat. I love playing it with my buddies. I love that. No one cares. Can't win them all. And with the developer directs, they just go into the details that it's like too much. Too much. They got to reel it back. People don't care about that. They want the games. They treat it like a movie is explained. Man, I just don't understand with gaming companies. It's the way that they present information to the public. It's like rocket science to them, and they all like ban the chats because, or they let the chats loose. Have you ever seen like one of these developer directs or like the Game Awards or whatever? All the Twitch chats or YouTube chats, they're just so sad. We're GTA 6, GTA 6, GTA 6. Like they're so cringe, and then they make fun of all the games that aren't whatever they wanted. It's not good. I don't like it. I think there's a way better way, and I think the OG E3s were the better way. Or like what Sony did with the Ghost of Tsushima. I think that was a state of play, like what you mentioned, Bacon. I think actually you're right. So I think those are the better ways. 5 games, here's gameplay, and just like maybe developer adds a little extra context. That's it. Because players don't care. Unfortunately, I'm not saying it's the right thing. Players do not care. Just give the nitty gritty of what people care. Yeah, the chat is just disgusting. The chat is honestly disgusting. And to be honest, like we know that when you open it up to chat, they're going to be disgusting because there's people. It's anonymous. People are going to say whatever. But you just think about like, there's these people who have gotten together to create their small indie studio and have probably taken so much debt just to make their dream games and take a risk to make the things that they've always wanted to make. And then they go and they finally get a deal with these big publishers like Microsoft or Sony, and then they go to show their game, and this reveal is what is going to help propel them to be seen within the thousands of games so that people can get their game and they can make a living off of their dream. It's their dream. And then what Microsoft does is like, here's 10 seconds of your game as a sizzle reel as we move on to the next game so you can be easily forgotten. Because everyone's here just for your big games anyways. Like, that's why people are actually watching, not for the small games. And the big games that do come out are typically just CGI. So it's like, not only do you not get gameplay, you get a CGI game, a CGI sizzle thing, like for instance, Fable, and you completely forget about the smaller games. Like what the Triple I gaming showcase did, where it was like the indie gaming showcase, where they showed Slay the Spire 2 and all that stuff. That was way better at that. But still, you're just too much scissor reel of games. Like, people want that, but if you do that, it's not good for the developer. They'll get lost. That's what bothers me. It's like such a pain. I feel so bad. Let's hit up number 4. I'll tell you right now. Oh, wow. Larian. I thought they'd be higher. I literally thought they'd be top 3. This is actually surprising. I have no idea what top 3 is. The number 4 gaming studio from the last 3 games is Larian, with the obviously critically acclaimed Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm waiting for it to go on deal. It is not. That game is never going on sale ever. I don't blame them for it. But man, it's always like 10% deals. It's like very small. Divinity 2 Original Sin, and then of course Divinity Original Sin. Huge congratulations to those guys for sticking to their vision, building something that their fans are, huge fans of, and they just keep building on top of it. And I cannot wait to see where the Larian Studios is 10 years from now. Because if they got to where they are in the past 10 years with those games, can you imagine what these guys are going to do 10 years from now with the success and experience they have now? Holy smokes. Larian, I'm super hyped. Let's hit it. Number 3 greatest studio of all time is... Wow. I might have assumed number 1, to be honest. Okay, first off, oh man. First off, Max Payne 3. I love Max Payne 3. I think Max Payne 3 is phenomenal. To have Rockstar at number 3 because of Max Payne 3, that's kind of funny, Because they tried their hardest on Max Payne 3. I mean, if you played Max Payne 3, you can literally see. And if you haven't played Max Payne 3, go watch my video. I played every single Rockstar game ever, and you'll see my thoughts on Max Payne 3 and why it's so awesome. But they went a little too far with their flicker effects and stuff like that. But man, that's a shame, because 96, 97, GTA 5 and Red Dead 2, and then all of a sudden we got Max Payne 3 with 86. Ay, ay, ay. I thought they'd be there too. Yeah, I thought they'd be at least 2, but 3. Max Payne 3. You know everyone at Rockstar's like, Max! Max Payne 3 is best game giving you seizures. I kind of agree. Kind of agree. So we're all on the same page, right? The number 1 gaming company in the world. Are we taking bets? Chat right now. Give me your best bets for who's number 1. What's the best gaming studio based off the last 3 games? Who's number 1? Yeah, definitely not COD. I also would have said Rockstar is in the top 2. Top 3's good. And double shout out to Larian for getting so high, for being such a new company. Rockstar's been in the game over 30 years. Bacon, whoever makes Zelda. I would probably agree, right? We haven't hit up the Zelda team. Alex123 it's got to be Nintendo. Yo Beats with From Software, Bethesda. From Software actually landed right here, which is what? 4, 5, 6. Number 6 From Software. Bethesda could be. Let's check it out. Number 2. Nintendo at number 2? Who the heck is number 1? With another ChatGPT name. EPD3. Good old EPD3 with 94.7. Nintendo comes in at number 2 with Zelda. Tears of the Kingdom. Have you heard of it? At 96. Breath of the Wild at 97. Personally think that's a better game. Shots fired. Shots fired. I didn't. Yeah, didn't like Tears of the Kingdom that much. But I'll go back to it because I have this thing, and this happened to me with Oblivion, and it happened to me with Fallout 3, and it happened to me with a lot of Bethesda games where I played it, I got bored, and then I came back later. I'm a big believer in going back. Because sometimes your mood is in the way of you enjoying a game, right? So it actually happened with Breath of the Wild. I didn't like Breath of the Wild. I got it on Wii U when it first came out. I was that guy. You know the two people who bought a Wii U, and then one guy of the Wii U buyers who bought Breath of the Wild? That was me. I did that. You're welcome, Nintendo. I bought it on Wii U, and it did not click. I did not like it. Granted, you had to use the tablet. It was a shock. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, I bought Breath of the Wild, and it just like didn't click. And then one day during the summer, I don't know why I went back to it, but I did, and it was like crack to me. It was like Crack Baby in the chat. You know Crack Baby in the chat? I don't know where you are, Crack Baby. Hope you're still doing good. I hope you're feeling better. But Crack Baby in the chat, that's how I felt when I was playing Breath of the Wild on that second playthrough. First time chat, Captain Bringus. Oh my God, Captain Bringus. You're a beautiful individual. Let's just say that, okay? He says, Tears of the Kingdom is a really impressive game, but it's just not that fun. Honestly, Captain Bringus kind of nailed it. You can see the passion. You respect everything they've done. The Ascend is an insane feature. I forget the glue thing, the super hand or whatever it's called, ultra hand. All fantastic ideas. All can see the amazing work that went into it. But yeah, I don't know. I just never thought it was that fun. I just thought it was kind of corny. It was like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, and that game got hated on, and all of a sudden Zelda does it. It's cool. I don't know. Chat, call me out if I'm wrong before we do number one here. I'm pretty sure Ocarina of Time. I don't know if that's Ocarina. I can't tell what that is. Because I don't think Ocarina would get a 91. That can't be Ocarina. But I'll just say, for Ocarina, it's probably the best game of all time. Is it not? It kind of is the greatest game of all time. I mean, like the Z targeting, the influences from software with like their targeting Dark Souls, it feels very synonymous to like what Zelda built. Zelda did so much. Ocarina of Time. Whew. I mean, what the foundation that has lasted so long. Okay, so let's see. We had some shout outs there for number one would be Nintendo EPD4. I'm rooting for you. The greatest gaming studio of all time based off their last 3 games is... Do we have anything here? We do not. But we have this. Thank you, cameraman. Number one of all time is... It's EPD8 Nintendo! The Mario team, I guess. Hey, Nintendo? You want to take it easy over there? You can only flex so hard, Nintendo. You can only flex so hard. I don't know why I didn't even think of this. Of course, the top 2 are Nintendo. Of course. I don't know. Why didn't they just merge it? Like, why not? You know? I guess they're studios. EPD8, EPD3. Just give them a name, Nintendo. Coming in, number one, 2017's Mario Odyssey. Fantastic game. I think 64 is better. I think Galaxy is better than Odyssey. Am I crazy, chat? I think the world would go against me. At least the gaming industry. I think Odyssey's a better game. Galaxy 1 is a better game. Galaxy 2 was a great game. It was just like the same. So it didn't click with me as much. It's like, again, the same thing. But I'd be down for an Odyssey 2. And 64 is just god tier. I mean, 64 is like such a great game on its own, but I feel like it's pushed into god tier because the music. The music of 64 is so god tier. Like, hold on. Camera guy. Oh man, he's good. Hold on. Super Mario 64. Is this not the greatest? Chat, can we we get some dance emojis in the chat? Joined us at a perfect time, Victorious the King. Hello, everyone. How's your day? We're doing goose-tastic over here. Thank you for the first time, chat. Woo! We're grooving, chat. Now, this is how you start your morning. Let's go, chat. 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 Ah, you rascals.